Alan!
I thought you were gonna say your thing.
Well, we almost kept the balloon all the way up from Illinois, but yesterday we ran into a small problem. Jen fell down the stairs and broke 2 bones in her hand playing keepy uppy. So
I want everybody to win the city fantasy football. We're at the Bear Stadium. Go Bears!
change up the order today.
Welcome.
Welcome everybody. Hi.
We're sorry this is late. It's been a very, as you can see,
This has been a work in
very
progress.
tragic week.
Work in progress. Alan
So-
was sick on Wednesday. He was thrown up, so we lost a day there. And then yesterday I fell down the stairs and broke 2 fingers. So
On Wednesday, I turned 41. We've all had something awful happen to us.
Something has happened this week. So, but it's going to be one of the best weeks ever because you guys are going to get to see all the clips from the Bears game, and it was pretty special. So,
Well, enough chitter chatter. Let's get down to last week's results.
I know.
So now that we're,
Daddy, do you know who I voted who was gonna win?
I do.
Mom does. So
I did
that's
that
good.
yesterday before I broke my hand.
Okay.
All right. So
Should I write them down?
I've got it. Just read the results to everybody.
read the results.
Mommy, I need to know what results.
Oh, Alan says is at the very end, son.
Fine.
Okay.
What the heckler beat Herbert Heroes?
Yay! Jen got a win.
What the heckler had
135.
135
Point
point
7-2.
72.
And Herbert's Heroes had
Herbert's Heroes had
93.18.
93.18.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Next, I would start at the top. The Great Soldier Fields
Here's our
had the highest score of the week with 144.7, defeating the INF Krakens, who had 109.5.
Mommy, I was gonna do that.
let's just get through this.
Lamar LeMarrier defeated Austin. So Austin is in fact still winless.
We're still not going to call it by his name, I guess.
Lamar LeMarrier had 141.32. Devontae's Inferno had
Inferno.
102.9. There's mine. Stafford Infection had 114.66 over King Henry, who had 108.6.
I think Carson's also winless.
No, he has one win.
Carson's not winless.
Breeze is the word has 107.06, and I Gotta Win had 81.54. And last, Chicago Mama Bear kept her winning streak going with 92.84 over Taylor Made, who had 77.8. So Sue and Lindsay are undefeated, and
Yep.
Austin is winless.
And then in the middle, we've got three teams at 2-1. Soldier Fields, Taylor Made, and Stafford Infection. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop that. Teams at 1 and 2. That would be Lamar the Merrier, What the Heckler, King Henry, I Gotta Win, and Herbert's Heroes. Along with the INF Krakens.
Yes.
Devontae's Inferno
Is
Is
0
the-
and 3. I'm not going to say that the name is the reason he's winless, but
Doesn't help.
two things can be true at once.
Yeah, the name, it needs to be changed. Because it is not
Okay.
working for us.
All right.
It shouldn't matter for us, but so that's how last week went. But I'm pretty sure that maybe there's some, I don't know, players that were on benches that should have been playing. What do we call that again?
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Oh. Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
That's it.
So, Sue had 3 coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Oof.
Chris Oglave
Chris Olave.
had
I
20.
don't even think there's a G in his name. Is there? There probably is, but it's silent. It's Olave. Isn't he the Saint wide receiver?
Had 26.7. Romeo Dobbs had 21.3. And coming out of nowhere, Khalil Herbert had 33.9.
That one was based on something in the later segment, so it's kind of hard to predict. But
Chicago Mama Bear also had 3. She had Amari Cooper, who had 26.1. Devin Singletary, who had 24. And Ramon Stevenson, who had 20.1.
Ramondre Stevenson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Devontae's Infernjo had David Njoku with 23.9. Lamar Lemarier had James Robinson with 23.6. King Henry had Jamal Williams, 24.7. TaylorMade had Tyler Boyd, 23.5. And the cripple here, Jenn, had Russell Gage with 24.9. 7, 9. One of those.
Just a little shy of 25.
Yes.
Wow. So, yeah, there's a couple on there that week to week, it looks like it's going to be really hard to determine who's going to be consistent. That's been something that we have not seen a lot of this season. It's a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And there's been a lot of, players have done really, really well. Players that have not done really well. And then injured players. I feel like there's a segment that we do with this. I don't remember what it is.
Booms, busts,
And big outs.
big outs.
Thank you, Alan.
No,
I didn't really
need to thank me.
Good. I won't then.
Let me go. I asked if Alan says to do.
Oh, you're gonna, get to calculating.
Of who's going to win before.
The boom quarterback of the week was Lamar Jackson with 42.42. Waiver wire boom is Geno Smith had 18.9. The boom running back of the week was the aforementioned Khalil Herbert with 33.9 in David Montgomery's absence. How do you say that name?
Samaji Perine.
Okay, he was your boom waiver wire with 14.1. So again, at running back, there is a huge drop off. Like there is.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot of stuff on the waiver wire right now. I mean, there might be a player that puts up a 20-point performance, like in the first couple weeks, but can they consistently do that? I think that's what we're noticing is not happening right now.
So the best wide receiver of the week was Devontae Smith with 33.9, same as Khalil Herbert. And the boom waiver wire was Mac Hollins with 32.96.
Who do you think he plays for? I don't know. Mac Hollins?
I think it's the Packers.
Oh, wait.
Technical difficulties.
I was trying to-
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
I was trying to-
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
I say he plays for Chicago.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Well, I was trying to-
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
Who
There
does
we
he
go.
play for?
Las Vegas. And yes, someone has now picked him up. It would be
We don't need to talk about that because that's irrelevant.
okay.
Thank you.
Tight end, Mark Andrews, 28.9. Boom, waiver wire tight end is Jaleel Woods with 15.3. The best defenses of the week were the Eagles and the Broncos with 17 points.
Wasn't there a one on the bench?
The Bengals defense had 15. That's your waiver wire, boom.
Yeah.
I didn't really do any busts this week because there was some big outs to talk about.
Well, there is one bust. Well, actually, two.
There.
They're in your right hand.
It's a big out.
No, it's a bust. They're busted.
There is no,
It's
Mommy. There
It's
is no
okay.
bus.
it's okay. I'm
Mommy,
sorry.
there's no
We'll cut
bus.
that out. We'll cut that out.
Mommy,
Leave it. It's fine. I'm just sad.
Mommy, there's zero bus.
It says 0 bust, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right.
No busts.
No,
Lots
it
of big
says
outs,
bus
though.
with a question mark.
Big outs besides Jenn and her arm or her hand. AJ Green has a bone bruise. David Montgomery, knee ankle injury. Any update on that, Chicago Bears?
I don't know.
Okay. Also, Byron Pringle was one of your receivers. He's out he's on the IR with the
Sure,
calf injury.
he's had one catch. I think the catch he caught and then he got hurt on it.
Tua had a back injury going into this week. Again, we're recording this on Friday, so he actually also got very hurt in the game last night.
Concussed.
So
Apparently he played again though.
after he came off the field on a backboard.
I have no idea.
Anyway, whatever. Tua got hurt again. Dalvin Cook has a shoulder injury. It's dislocated, and he's done that in the past as well. Mac Jones has a high ankle sprain. It could be 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how severe it is.
We're gonna see the Brian Hoyer show in New England.
The Saints, the Jarvis Landry has an ankle injury, and Michael Thomas has a foot-toe injury. DeAndre Swift has a shoulder injury and ankle injury both.
Oh my.
Sterling Shepard tore his ACL and is done for the year. And it was reported that yesterday Christian McCaffrey had a quad injury. So
What does that mean?
He hurt his quad.
and then
What is the quad?
Miles Garrett was in a car accident. Just
These muscles right here.
So
Car accident?
Yeah,
Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Miles
Defensive player, but
But-
you know,
But the heart of Cleveland
How
in
did
a
he
lot
get
of
a car
ways,
accident?
for sure.
your car hit something.
So
How did he get a car accident?
We're not going to get into that, Alan. We don't know and we don't care.
So that really, really does bring us to this week's matchups.
Uh-oh.
Oh my word.
And the week of all weeks for us to play each other.
What are you saying?
I'm saying if you beat the cripple, that's not very nice.
Fair enough.
No. Right. So that means that What the Heckler is taking on Soldier Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's one of them. The next one is King Henry versus Taylor May.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Chicago Mama Bear versus Devontae Inferno, which is a very odd name. Austin, you should change the name. But moving on, Stafford Infection versus Herbert Heroes. Lamar the Merrier versus Breeze is the Word. I Gotta Win versus the INS Krakens. As soon as I get all of this done, we'll move on to Alan Says. Or we can move on to it now.
So going into last week, your record was 5-7.
No.
And this week, you got 4 out of 2.
Now you got 4 right, 2 wrong.
Yes.
4 out of 6. Which,
You predicted
guess
that
what? Oh, go ahead. Go
you
ahead.
predicted that I would win. You predicted that Rick would win, that Emily would win, and that Daddy would win.
That was 4 wrong.
So that brings your record for the year to 9-9.
Back to 500.
Which is what the Bears will finish.
If they do, it's going to be so awful. They either got to win big this year or they got to just start losing.
I wrote that joke.
Yes, she did. She actually wrote it down.
I thought I was being funny yesterday. I was having a time.
Oh, well, it's a good joke.
Things have changed.
It's a good joke.
So yes, anyway, Alan says he is now 9-9.
I'm not ready yet.
So.
Well, then I'll just talk about this week's matchups, like for the games, and then you finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday night, which was on now when I wrote this, was the Dolphins at the Bengals.
Oh.
We have a London game Sunday morning at 8:30. It's the Vikings versus the Saints.
Oh my.
I hope the Saints beat up the Vikings because I hate them.
Sunday night is the Chiefs at the Bucks. And Monday night is the Rams at the 49ers.
Have they determined if they're going to play Chiefs-Bucks in the middle of a hurricane?
And
the hurricane's done. It's over.
I hope Sunday at 12 p.m. the Bears beat the Giants.
Is the stadium still there?
Yes. Do you know what I saw online, though?
Are there going to be people at the game?
Do you know what I saw online that was actually pretty crazy? Is there's this picture going around of the Jurassic World amusement at Universal being injured or being parts of it falling down or whatever, and they were like, literally, this is how Jurassic Park starts. They break out of the ride. Something happens with the ride, and the dinosaurs get out. It's happening, people. It's happening.
Yes, the animatronics are run loose. It's gonna be a mixture of Jurassic Park and Terminator.
All right, are you ready?
You got your picks in?
I need a few minutes.
No, you don't have a few minutes. You've been doing this off the dome every single week up to this point. You've picked two.
Who's gonna win?
We'll leave.
We'll leave the first one for very end. So King Henry.
It's gonna be a hard choice. It's a hard choice.
We're gonna start with King Henry and Tailor Made. Who's gonna win?
Tailor Made.
Tailor Made? Is that what you think?
I wrote it down very quick.
Well then.
Stafford Infection's the next one.
No, it's not. Chicago Mama Bear versus Devontae and Fernjo. Who's gonna win?
I wanted to skip that one.
Why?
Skipping the two couples.
Okay, fine.
I don't know that
All right,
one.
fine. Stafford Infection versus Herbert's Heroes. Who's gonna win?
Stafford Infection.
Stafford Infection. All right. So, moving on. Picky. Lamar the Merrier versus Breeze is the Word.
Lamar the Merrier.
Okay.
All right, Lamar the Merrier. All right. I Gotta Win versus the Ioneth Krakens. Who's gonna win?
I gotta win.
Okay.
I'm trying to dodge the Iron of the Krakens.
Oh, okay. All right, well, this brings us
so
back
Chicago
to
Mama Bear versus Devontae's and Fernjo.
Austin and Lindsay. Who's going to win? You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. You just pick one. Who do you think's going to win? You think Austin's going to get his first win? Or you think Lindsay's going to stay undefeated?
I feel like Lindsay's gonna stay undefeated, but my gut's telling me it's Austin.
Okay.
Well, then go with your gut. Devontae's and Fernjo gonna walk out with their first win of the year this week, and then finally,
Soldier Field versus What the Heckler.
Now don't worry, we don't care. Actually, you know what you should do?
What?
You know what you should do?
What? I'm still thinking about it.
You know what?
My gut tells me I still need to think.
Alright, well, we're not going to make you pick between your parents this week. We'll call this one a wash, even though I gave him the opportunity to be really sweet to his mother and pick her. He didn't catch on to that really quick. He's very much like his father. And catch on to things very quickly.
You know what? I should really be doing these before.
Yes.
Well, then you know what? We'll start having production meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So few video game. Where are you going? So are we saying goodbye now? No. Hey, get your hand out of the way.
Oh.
All right. Well, you know what we're gonna do? At the end of it, we're gonna just throw up a slideshow of videos and pictures that we took at the Bears game that we really enjoyed. Really hoping Justin Fields pulls out of this funk that he's in. All of Chicago would love that. Don't turn it off just yet. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Anyway.
Continue.
Thank you very much for your patience. And I don't know why Alan got out of there without saying goodbye, but...
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good night.
Next fantasy, we'll see the matchups. Goodbye, though.
In case of an emergency evacuation, here's the game plan. It's a simply designated.
Let's do this. Got it.